Welcome everyone to this week's edition of Influence on the Couch. We have none other than the beautiful Annette B. Welcome! Nice to have you on our Christmas show, Annette. Welcome.
Blessing to be here.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Now I'm going to just jump straight in because I'm so excited, Annette, to have you here. And I hear, and I've been told, that you've actually recorded your first single at the age of 15.
That's correct.
What was that like?
It was an awesome experience. Philip Gadd approached me and asked me if I wanted to, that he'd like to record me, and at the age of 15, and that was just amazing.
Yes.
And I wrote my first song. It was entitled Ain't No Stopping Us Now, not the well-known Ain't No Stopping Us Now.
Like your own take on it?
No. That was just the name of this actual song.
I see.
Yeah. And but yeah, that was a good on a 45-inch record.
I remember those days when we had records and you had the 6-inch and the 12-inch. Yeah, I remember. But you know, since that age, you have done so much. You've worked with Greensleeves, Jetstar, Charm, Ariwa, and on that incredible, even got to go to America with Sir Coxsone and do some work with him. Yes. And for those who don't know, Sir Coxsone is the one who launched Bob Marley.
Yeah.
Back
in the day.
Way back in the days, yeah.
And his music still lives on. You know, may he rest in peace. But his music still lives on today.
Yeah. Through all cultures, all nations, his music is still so empowering.
Yeah.
So you've had the privilege of working on all these record labels. You've won 3 Grammys.
No.
Not Grammys.
I wish.
You've won 3 awards
yes.
consecutively for the best female singer.
Yeah.
3 years running.
Yes.
And so I'm recapping, just giving little bits of these things, and just would love to hear your testimony that brought you, from being so young, being exposed to the industry when most of us was in school, trying to, study, if we did, those of us who did, but also just coming through that journey of, being exposed to the world of creative arts, singing, music, and some of the highs and lows, if you will. And to this present day when you actually came out of Lovers Rock, I remember my fairy godmother, and did you really have one?
For the children, they exist. For the adults,
yeah. Once we get a certain age, we need to know that actually. And I found love, and. Just if you'd like to just share bits of what it was like in those stages, right up to turning your life around and becoming a Christian, and turning everything to God, and ministering for Him now.
Well, it's been an awesome journey.
Yes.
I started singing at a young age in church, part of the Gainer band.
Okay.
With our yellow and green outfits, that was our uniform.
Was this in England or
yes,
Jamaica?
I was born here.
In here, yes,
yeah,
as me, yes, I was too, yes.
And I started singing in church, and then when I was at school, we needed some equipment for our PE department, because I'm a sports fanatic.
Yeah.
Running and netball and basketball and so forth.
Everything.
Yes. And we needed some equipment for the PE, so I came up with the idea of organising an event for the school to raise money. I approached the head of school, and they gave me the thumbs up. And with that,
very good.
Yes, I was about 13, 14 years
So you had entrepreneur skills way back then.
Unknowing to me, but that's exactly what it was, and I'm still doing that to this day now.
Isn't that great?
It's amazing.
Because a lot of the time we show signs of different skills we have way back, and if someone would just recognise or help us to channel it in the right direction, look where it leads to.
And because e-commerce was my favourite subject at school.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, my teacher wasn't a very nice teacher.
which happens a lot.
Which happens, but I didn't allow that to quash my passion for business and entrepreneurship.
Yeah. Can I just stop right there? You said something so powerful that you, although your teacher wasn't a very nice teacher, you didn't allow that to stop you.
Yeah.
And many times we hear stories, and many of us have experienced it, that the teacher wasn't very nice or very encouraging or even discouraging sometimes. And a lot of us, we stop and don't continue. But if we can use that to push us forward, you know, any young person out there, whether you be at college, university, school, even an adult, you know, in higher learning, higher education, just because a teacher says you can't, it doesn't mean you can't. And just to, you know, just to impress that point.
Absolutely. I mean, my teacher actually didn't even put me in for my exams.
My goodness.
And her exact word was, out of spite, I'm not going to put, I'll never forget as long as I live. And she did not put me in for that exam.
And she actually said that.
Those were her words. I remember them till this very day.
Yeah.
But as an encouraging word, I now have my master's degree in business management. So don't allow anybody to dictate your path. Because your life is your life.
That's right. And you've got to take charge and do your best with it, don't you? Out of spot. Do you know, if this was today,
I know,
should have forget the papers.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Never forget those words.
Yeah. See the importance of overcoming.
Yes.
Yeah.
So going back to school, so I organised the school disco, and it finished really late.
Okay.
It finished at 10:30.
What?
And it was amazing.
10:30.
But I hired a DJ, and the school hall was absolutely full. And we made money for the school department for the PE.
Yes.
And during that time, we started up a little girl group. Myself, my best friend Anne-Marie, and another one of my good friends Lorraine. And we called ourselves Sweet Daughters.
All right.
And we sang. We actually sang this. That was our little debut. And we sang it. And through that, people heard me sing and recommended me. And that's where my singing career as a lovers rock singer evolved.
Began. My goodness, and it took you such a fantastic journey. You know, and so going through that now, organising school, the school concert, and keeping people's children out till 10:30. and your talent being recognised through this, and then, you know, working with Green Sleeves and Jetstar, and you know, did it all just evolve, or did you? How did that come about?
Yeah, well, Philip Gadd. I'll never forget Philip, because he was the one that believed in me, and I was recommended by Carl Wilson, who heard me sing, and that's how I got in contact with. Philip contacted me, and from there he took me to the studio, recorded 3 songs with Philip, and then from there I went on to Green Sleeves, had a manager duty, and the rest is history.
Just began to fly from there.
My main producer, who still produces me today, Derek Frivier, he just took me underneath his wings and moved with me wherever I went. He was still there producing for me. And even now I do my gospel, he still does some songs for me.
Awesome. That is awesome that, you know, he's got that commitment, and you've maintained that working relationship, that through your journey and the different changes in your genre, he's still there.
Yes.
You know, and it's important to have the right people along the way, isn't it?
Absolutely.
You know, that's encouraging, helping, and, you know, just being good team players, and, you know, along the way.
Well, the pinnacle point, the change in place in my musical career was after I spent 2 weeks in America with the late Sir Coxon doing an album, and he asked, while I was there, I wrote some songs, and then while I was there he asked me to do some covers. Right. So 2 of the covers that he asked me to do was Undying Love and also Uptown Top Ranking.
Yes, oh my goodness.
He had such a laid back kind of a,
temperament.
Calm spirit. And so I'd go back to my aunt's, practice
This is in
the
America,
song.
right?
This is all in America. It was just a whirl. In 2 weeks was just crazy.
Everything just happened, bam, bam,
Bam, bam, bam, photo shoot, radio interview, live band, everything. And
sounds exciting.
It was tiring, but it was really exciting. And then, so I came back to the studio, recorded Uptown Top Ranking. He loved it. I recorded On Dying Love. He loved it.
Yes.
And everything was good. I mean, I'd go into the studio, they'd be there mixing Marcia Griffiths. Another day I'd go back, they'd be mixing Glenn Washington.
Wow.
It's like, I think you're Annette from Birmingham.
Yes! Reach far!
And in the studio where we had to record the booth, I had a big massive picture of Bob Marley
My goodness.
on the wall.
Yeah.
So it was an awesome experience. I'm glad I experienced it.
That's right, that's
You
right.
know, and
There's nothing like experience, is there,
absolutely.
Yeah,
Met his wife and everything, took photographs. But on my return back to the UK, there was something pressing on my heart
Yes.
not to finalise this contract.
Right, to be on Studio One.
To be on the Studio One label, I was speaking with Budgie Banton's manager.
Right.
He was talking about different countries and
Yes.
going around, because obviously Sir Coxon is investing in me. I've got to do all the tours
That's
and
right.
so forth,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Now, but
Great
there was-
Bridget Banton's release, by the way.
Oh,
Mentioning him, yeah. Yeah.
But, but there was something labouring, there was something pressing, and I remember.
Did you find it unexplainable? Like you couldn't put your finger on it?
I couldn't put my finger on it,
Yeah.
but I was like tussling within my spirit.
Yes.
And then when I shared it with close friends, they were saying, Annette, you're mad.
Yeah.
You're stupid.
Just go on now, you're
crazy.
It's the best opportunity. Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah.
And then I went to sing at an event, and the event was like full, packed. There
Yes.
was 2 sounds there, the vibe was high.
Yeah.
But it's like I was there on my own in a bubble.
Yeah.
And the voice was saying, Annette, what are you doing here?
Even though it was a big crowded place,
Big crowd.
you felt alone. Yeah.
I felt alone.
Yeah. Yeah.
What are you doing here? You do not belong here. And that's all I kept hearing before I sang. Anyway, I sang.
Yes. Did all this happen after you won the awards? You know, the 3 consecutive awards for the best female?
yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm keeping up. Don't worry.
You're keeping up?
I'm keeping up. We're past 15.
Oh,
we're
bless.
past the awards.
Yes.
We've come back from America and no. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
this is the pinnacle.
Yeah. This is the bit now.
Yeah, the changing factor.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then after I sang, I left straight after the event. Went home.
It's like you couldn't stay, innit?
I
You
couldn't stay.
Yeah.
No, my spirit was warring.
Yes.
And that's when I actually put down the mic. So I had producers, promoters phoning up, and then, will you go to the studio? Would you come and do this dance? And
Yes.
for the first time since the age of 15, the answer was no, no,
Oh goodness.
no.
Just couldn't.
No,
Just couldn't.
no. And then some months after, that's when I answered God's call.
God's call. In the period where you couldn't take any interviews, any promotions, any bookings. In that period, were you visiting church or were you just at home?
No,
yeah.
It just didn't feel right.
Yeah. You just knew that I can't do this.
It's just I didn't know what was going. I couldn't put my finger on it. But for the first time, it was just.
You couldn't do it. Yeah,
No,
it was just no, and that felt right, even though you couldn't explain it.
Yeah.
But going didn't feel right. And then here we have. So then we have the turnaround point then, where you said you answered the call.
Yes.
To Jesus and has turned your life around.
Yeah.
Completely to
17 years
him.
ago.
17. My goodness. And what's that been like in comparison to
Amazing.
15 to then, from then to now? The journey, I remember hearing your testimony at Jane Fleming's concert
Yes.
sometime last year, and you were saying that you'd done the cover,
Uptown Top Ranking.
Uptown
And
top
I gave
ranking.
it to God.
You gave it to God, yeah. And well, you'll tell it better than me about a guy who heard the song. Okay, so the guy, he was traveling from London to and this really blew my mind. He was traveling from London to Manchester to go and kill someone. Kill somebody, not fight, not burgle, kill,
and
take out.
His words was pop
Out their life.
Pop
Pop out their lives. Ladies and gentlemen, and in hearing this song, and if for those of you who don't know, please listen to it after the show. But it's like it's called Uptown Top Ranking, but it's like popping God style. Yeah, the original is Uptown Top Ranking with Alfie and Donna, isn't it? And they were singing them, not pop no style, it's strictly roots. But you're saying you're popping God style, and this man, so she's singing now, we're popping God style, and this man's gonna pop out someone's life. Here's the song
on the radio.
On the radio, ladies and gentlemen, and turns around.
Yeah.
He doesn't go, so he's still alive today, didn't kill nobody, and not in jail. And unbeknownst to the person that would have lost his or her life that night, is still alive today.
And the repercussions of that.
The whole, because you can imagine Manchester, remember there was so much warring between Moss Side and London, and so, you know, as he said, the repercussions, he would have took out that man, and then they would have sent people to take out him, and it would have went on and on. Through the obedience of doing this, you know, popping God style. Now, something I wanted to say, because through the years, I grew up loving reggae. So I used to listen to you. I used to listen to Santa Cross. I used to listen to Louisa Marks, Janet Kay. Now these are the you know, English singers, and then we had like Audrey Hall and Marcia Griffiths, and you know, going on Colin Davis, the Jamaican ones. Now I grew up listening to these, and you can see no homework was going on in those days. Thank you, Annette. No homework when we was upstairs listening to these things. And I love reggae music, and I don't mind the covers. A lot of people like yourself have got saved and done covers over. And I hear some people complaining and saying, "Oh, I don't like the covers, they shouldn't do the covers, because when you listen to the covers, it reminds us of the original and I'm singing." And to me, I just felt, because even the cover you did, he's royal. And so I don't have to sing the original. I can sing to God. He's royal, because he is royal. He's the King of Kings. He's the great high priest, you know. And so I can enjoy it too, so I don't mind. But you see, you have people who complain about these things who are not really doing it. It's easy to complain when you're sitting and not doing anything on any level to help anybody, right? But this is the thing. You did a cover, popping God style, and it saved 2 lives.
Come on now.
Let alone many, right? Because the one who was going to do the killing, the one who was going to be killed, and all the repercussions that would have come alongside that. And with that one song, it saved so many. And I just want to say, you know, sometimes we just need to retrain our thinking and just be open. All of us, wherever we're at, just be open to God, how He's going to use whatever gift we have. And I just want to thank you. You know, that, like I said, I heard that testimony last year, and it blew my mind, because you never would have thought.
And that was his testimony at his baptism. That's how I got the phone.
So he actually got saved as well. You know, I was so blown away, I didn't even remember the bit where he got baptized.
Yeah, that was his testimony at his baptism.
At his baptism.
And somebody was there that knows me, and then contacted me to tell me. That's how I found out about it. And then I spoke to the bishop who baptized him, and he said, yes, this is true.
Do you see how powerful that is? So it goes beyond just a little rap, just a little dance, just a man. You know, it goes beyond, and that's how far it on any level is. It is such a powerful influence and a language that reaches everybody for good or evil. So if someone can reach it for good, like yourself, why not? Why not? Annette, this is so inspiring.
And the reason why, because I'm a songwriter as well, but the reason why I do some covers is because I do it from the flip side. Unsaved people who do not know Christ. Once they hear music that they're familiar with, their ears pick it up. And they will tune in.
Then
when they tune in, then they hear the word of God. Through music that they enjoy.
That's right.
And that's why I do what God lays on my heart.
That's right. And I think that's so important, is in doing what God lays on your heart, because then it goes beyond what anybody would think or say, you know, and it's Him that laid it on your heart, you know. And so, you know, there's a scripture that says it's Him that turns the king's heart whithersoever it goes, and another one that says as many that are led by the Spirit of God are the sons of God.
And you know that same song, there has been warfare going on with that song from the day on, because when I finished recording it at Woolly's studio, put the brass on it and everything, we left the studio the night, he came out the following day to mix the song. When he went into the studio, somebody broke into his studio and cleaned it all out.
Can you see how much the enemy doesn't want it? Cleaned it out. So he didn't want this to go out across the airwaves. That's how powerful. My goodness. So you're able to get back in?
2 years later. For him to build back up his studio, because I refused to go to anybody else.
Yeah. I understand, and I would do the same. I would have stuck with him as well, but 2 years. It's like, you know, wherever there's a delay, ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't mean denial, you know. And sometimes the enemy would want to come and intercept in whatever we're doing, in whatever God's doing. But even if it takes 2, 10 or 20 years,
come on,
go ahead. Go ahead, stick with it, and look how many lives got saved through this stuff. And that's just what we know about, isn't it?
Exactly.
It's just what we know about. Yes, and so what fantastic things. I mean, we've covered, you know, quite a lot of the past, which we'll have to get you on again to do a part 2 to cover so much more because of time. But what have you got upcoming for 2019?
Oh my gosh, there's so much, because I'm part of the Gospel Explosion.
Woo!
Team, woo, woo, and we explode. I'm telling you. So next year we've got I've got my album that's coming out in
fantastic.
Around April sort of time. So there's going to be an album launch. I'll keep you posted, girl.
Yes, girl. I'll be there.
And then we've got D-Shy underneath the Gospel Explosion record label. Because I'm trying to give back.
Right.
Like how I was blessed when I was 15. I'm trying to give back.
That's
so we've got D-Shy. She's going to be releasing a hip hop record under the GX Records.
Okay, this is good.
And we've got 3 the winner and runners up of the Gospel Factor.
Right.
They're going to be I'm going to be releasing their debut singles as well.
This is good. So all this is happening in 2019.
2019.
Oh, we'll have to look out for that, ladies.
Oh, there's so much going on. There's fronts where Gospel Explosion meets Paris. That's happening in May. So that's another concert, that's part 2. We did it a few years ago.
This is fantastic.
Oh, there's just so much.
Yeah.
And then we've got the Gospel Awards, which we just had a few weeks ago.
Somebody told me that somebody won an award at the Gospel Awards a few weeks ago.
Oh, you're talking about the... All right, okay. Oh my gosh. So, as part of Gospel Explosion, we've got Gospel Explosion Records.
Yes.
We've got Gospel Explosion Radio.
Yes.
We've got Gospel Explosion TV with Annette B.
This is... Are you hearing this, ladies and gentlemen?
And now there's a magazine on the possible horizon happening. And so I do Ben TV and looking into doing Faith UK TV.
This is
as
fantastic.
Well. So there's so much happening in 2019, and we won an award in America. So we went to Atlanta a few weeks ago in October, and we won best internet radio show for the year. 2 or more co-hosts. And we received the award in America, and that was just amazing.
Oh my goodness! Goodness!
And then we've got the Gospel Explosion Awards, which we run ourselves, and we also want, because it's people's choice, so they nominate and they vote. And we won awards there as well.
This is fantastic.
So the next Gospel Awards is at Birmingham Town Hall.
Birmingham
City Centre. Saturday the 21st of September 2019.
Okay, we'll have to just keep that running as a ongoing
Yes.
advert that
Yes.
everyone remembers. Yeah.
So it's just so much is happening.
much is happening. So we've got your album coming out in April. We've got is it Deshai?
D-Shy.
D-Shy, yeah.
She's a
So-
rapper.
Yeah, she's a rapper. So I was gonna say rasper. She's a rapper. So her album's coming out soon. We could
The
possibly
single.
have her on the show. Actually,
Oh,
that
she'd-
would be great.
she'd blow your mind away.
Yes, definitely. And then we have awards September.
September
And Paris in May.
in May.
So holy but things are going.
And a women's conference.
When is that going to be?
That's going to be the latter part of the year in the
Okay.
UK and in the USA.
Right, so we're going to be having UK, USA Women's Conference latter part of the year, and we also have Annette. Can you tell the people where they can find you on Ben TV?
It's channel 175 Ben TV. It's the lifestyle show.
Yes.
I do a monthly segment of the Gospel Explosion on the lifestyle show.
Yes.
So I cover anything gospel, and it's
Fantastic.
amazing.
Yeah, fantastic. Once a month, is there a date? Is there?
It's just once a month.
Okay, so we just look out for it, and then we'll find it. Yeah. In this Christmas season, and I know we have to go now, but in this Christmas season, is there anything you'd like to say? Obviously, the message of Christ lives on through the year. It doesn't end or stop now.
Yes.
And even goodwill to all men. We should do that all year.
Yes.
But is there any word of encouragement you'd like to say as we finish this December episode of Influence?
Remember the reason for the season and put Christ back into Christmas.
That's right.
Because of him is why we have hope today, and because of him being birthed, yes, we don't know exactly what day he was born, but we know he was born.
That's right. That's what I say. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the last episode of Influence on the Couch for December 2018. So I'll be seeing you again in January 2019, God willing. I'm going to pull one more cracker with Annette now to see.
I still got my ring on.
Yeah, you got your...
It's green.
Yeah. New beginnings.
Oh.
Yes. But we're going to pull one more to see how we get on this time. But Merry Christmas. Have a wonderful New Year. Please remember to like, share and subscribe. Log in and Google Annette B. You'll find out many wonderful things about this mighty woman of God. Wonderful to have you. Let's pull.
Oh, what did you say?
It didn't even pop. All right.